Hello guys, welcome back to the Cloud Nuggets. This is Vignesh. In this session, we are going to learn AWS IAM and the best practices. This lesson is divided into two parts, concept session and hands-on session. Now we'll see the concept session. The hands-on session will be in a separate video. Let's look at the agenda here. In this session, we are going to learn the prerequisite and concepts of IAM. We will start this session by first discussing what is IAM and then move on to discuss the components and features of IAM. We'll have a look at the accessing methods of IAM, also the IAM best practices. Finally, we'll have a complete demo on IAM service in a separate video. Let's get started. What is IAM? AWS Identity and Access Management is a web service for securely controlling access to the AWS services. With IAM, you can centrally manage users' security credentials such as access keys and permissions that control which AWS resources users and application can access. In simple terms, using IAM, you can control who can do what within your AWS account. Let's move on to discuss the components of IAM. There are four types of components in an IAM: users, groups, roles, and policies. A user is an identity that you create in AWS to represent the person or service that users to interact with AWS. A user consists of name and credentials. Groups are a collection of IAM users. You can use groups to specify permissions for a collection of users, which can make those permissions easier to manage for those users. The role is very similar to a user. It is an identity with permission policies that determines what identity can and cannot do in AWS. However, a role does not have any credential associated with it, instead of being uniquely associated with one person. A role is intended to be assumable by anyone who needs it. Policy. A policy is an object in AWS that, when associated with an identity or resources, defines the permission. AWS evaluates these policies when IAM principal makes a request. Permissions in the policy determines whether the request is allowed or denied. Most policies are stored in AWS as JSON documents. AWS supports 6 types of policies: identity-based policies, resource-based policies, permission boundaries, organization SCPs, and ACLs and session policies. Let's see some of the main features of IAM. Shared access. You can grant other people permission to administrator and use the resources in your AWS account without having to share your AWS password or access key. Granular permission. You can grant different permission to different people for different resources. For example, you might allow some users to complete access to Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon Simple Storage, Amazon DynamoDB, Redshift, or other AWS services. For other users, you can allow read-only access to just S3 buckets or permission to administrator just some EC2 instance or access to your billing information, but nothing else. Secure access. You can use IAM feature to securely provide credentials of application that run on EC2 instances. These credentials provides permissions for your application to access other AWS resources. Example, S3 buckets and DynamoDB tables. Multi-factor authentication. It is an additional layer for security on your root account that is provided by third party. It provides you continuously changing random 6-digit code that you will need to input along with your password when logging into root account. Two types of MFAs are there. The first option is to virtual MFA device. You can install third-party apps like Google Authenticator in your smartphone or tablet to get the code. The second option is hardware key fob, a small physical device with a display that you can attach to your keychain ordered directly from the AWS. Identity Federation. You can allow users who already have password elsewhere, for example, in your corporate network or within an internet identity provider, to get temporary access to a AWS account. Identity Federation is nothing but the concept of using external authenticator sources to provide permission to access to the AWS console or resources. Free to use. AWS Identity and Access Management and AWS Security Token Service are features of AWS account offered at no additional charges. You are charged only when you access other AWS services using IAM users. Now we have learned what is IAM, components of IAM and features of IAM. Let's move on to see what are the accessing methods of IAM. IAM can be accessed in 4 different ways. AWS Management Console is a browser-based interface to manage IAM and AWS resources. Command line tools. You can use command line tools to issue commands at your system command line to perform IAM and AWS tasks. Using command line can be faster and more convenient than the console. The command line tools are also useful if you want to build scripts that perform AWS tasks. AWS provides 2 sets of command line tools, the AWS command line interface, simply called CLI, and the AWS tools for Windows PowerShell. SDKs. AWS provides SDKs that consist of libraries and sample code for various programming languages and platforms. The SDK provides convenient way to create programmatic access to IAM and AWS users. API. You can access IAM and AWS programmatically by using HTTPS API, which lets you issue HTTPS requests directly to the service. When you use the HTTPS API, you must include code to digitally sign in requests using the credentials. Let's get into the IAM best practices. In this session, we will learn some of the IAM practices for beginners. Here, the table is structured in the manner of benefits and do's. The topic 1. Credential individual users. What are the benefits of having credential individual users? You have a unique credentials, individual credential rotations, individual permissions. In order to achieve this, you need to restrict the use of AWS root account, create an IAM user with administrator permission, do not share the root user password with anyone. Strong password policy. By enabling strong password policy, ensures user and data are protected, enforce password complexity, increase the account resilience. Enable password expiration, enable minimum password length, prevent the password reuse, will have a strong password policy. 3. Rotate security credentials. Ensure data cannot be accessed with old keys which lost or stolen, reduces the unauthorized access. The do's: use credential reports to audit, remove unnecessary credentials, enable credential notations. Enable MFA. MFA is nothing but multi-factor authentication. It adds an additional layer for the security. It provides continuously changing 6-digit random password. By enabling root user MFA, we will have an secure access to the AWS account. Avoid reuse and saving password by the employees. Manage permissions with group. reduces the complexity, easy way to reassign and update permissions based on CR, create group related to job function, attach policies to the group, use managed policies. Grant least privilege. Benefits are more granular control, fewer changes of mistakes, easier to relax than to tighten up. Do's: start with minimum permissions, regularly check access advisors, use resource based policies. Use roles for shared access. No need to share or store credentials, control who can access what. Do's: use roles to delegate cross account access and access within the account. Use roles for EC2 instances. Benefits: easy to manage the access keys, automatic key rotation is very easier, assign least privilege to the application. Do's: use roles instead of credential, assign the least privilege to the application. Monitor activity. Monitoring activity enables security analysis, resource tracking, and compliance auditing. Do's: ensure CloudTrail is enabled, set alarms in CloudWatch to monitor the activities, enable the log access request to your S3, reduce or remove user, reduce the risk of accidental changes. Do's: enable MFA for the root user, if possible remove the root user access keys and use a very strong password for the root user. Thank you for watching this video. We will see the hands-on section in the next video. Please make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon. You will never miss the updates.